Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's again Achi. So today's content, I'm going to be sharing my worst day as a mom. My worst day as a mom. So yes, if you're interested in this video, relax, grab your hanky, your tissue, calm down. We're going to be wiping a lot of tears because a lot of emotions are going to be shared in this video. Welcome again. If you're joining us for the very first time, hey, I'm Achi. Do well to consider joining this amazing family by subscribing to my channel and also put on the notification bell. So guys, like I said earlier, I'll be sharing our worst day as a mom. So story time. So guys, it was on a Sunday morning now. Of course, I normally we go to church by 7 o'clock, but that particular day my uncle was having his housewarming, like Thanksgiving in church, so we decided to worship church that day, and the mass was by 10. We left the house by 9:30. We got there, but before we left, I wanted to look my very best, and I didn't just feel good that particular day looking my very best. Like I would dress, I was like, I don't want to wear this, I'll remove it. I'll put on something and I'm like, no, I don't want this, I'll remove it. Like I practically tried almost everything I had in my wardrobe. I was like, no, nothing was just cool for me to wear. And I'm like, oh well, I have this long kind of maternity gown, but not like without this kind free gown, just very long. So I wore just slippers, normal slippers. I didn't even wear wig. I'm not sure. I just tied my scarf and I made up, yes. We left for the church. Everything was going all well. The church dismissed about 1 something. We started driving down to the venue. Along the journey, like along from the church to the house, I noticed that my son, although he was running temperature in the morning, I gave him some ibuprofen, and we went to church. And I'm like, well, before church dismisses, we'll come back. If I was to get any drug, malaria medicine or whatever, I will get and treat him. So we went to church and he was sleeping. He was very lively, like he was playing to the extent that inside the church they asked us to like go out, that we were distracting others because of the noise, because them are supposed to can make noise for Africa. We had to just come out, stay outside the church. Even outside the church, they were still making like, it would be like, my friend, he will run, you got meeting, he will laugh, he will come back to me, he will run and go to that person. Like, it was very jovial. And I'm like, I kept touching his body, it wasn't that hot, but it was just warm like that. So we enter, when the mass dismissed, we entered the car to start going. He just started sleeping. So I knew that the first time he ejects, I'm like, I looked at him, I'm like, what is that? Like, this guy just jacked too. Let me start watching him. We kept moving and he did that again. I was like, what is this? I don't know. What was like, see here, is it that it's cold? We off the AC, then the car AC. I was like, what is happening? Almost at the venue, and my son just started conversing. What's then? My first son never gave me that kind of headache. He never gave me that kind of headache. My first son never stopped me right from pregnancy. So in the person experience that was tough, but nothing. Even his growing up was just smooth. That one doesn't have problem. But the second one, from the beginning, is that wall. I was like, what is this one? I put my finger into his mouth. God, see, this is my finger. I didn't make use of it for like 3 days. I didn't make use of my finger for like 3 days because my fingers were inside his mouth. And all thanks to God, that day, although my parents were in fault driving also because we were all going. So immediately started, we stopped. Like they didn't even know. I'm not sure they noticed what happened, but they kept going. But then this my cousin that was at the back. I think she's a mother of 4. She was going with us also to the venue. When it started, like the car was locked. My husband came down, trying to call my parents and everything. My phone was locked. My girl had to just like open the car. She came down, took my phone, like put my code. Forget to have phone. To have code on your phone is wahala. What that means. I'll call the code, but I was calling it correctly or was not calling it correctly, I don't even know. But all I know that she will put the code and she'll tell me it's not correct. My husband was at the other age was still trying to call my parents, but finally he was able to contact them for them to start coming back. All my cousin at the back, I want to like nobody could attend to her because she had to call her for the car because the car has a central lock that was locking from the front. Is that somebody from the front unlocks the car? You can't open the car. My girl pressed the central lock, but the thing now opened. You know, when that we used to work sometimes, she was able to come down her own, like from this other side. But this other place, she like my cousin kept trying to open, to not opening. And my help already was with me trying to open my phone. So as she was calling chama like that's what they don't mean in our side in my daddy's place. So she was open the tell them like let me come down, let me like carry the charge from you, that kind of thing. Whoo, finally my help opened the door for her. She came down. My hand was already tied on my child. My child was just like checking, like you know what is checking, like checking like this. Like checking, I'd be like this, I can't remember. Not like this, I can't remember. But I know like, was it like this? Checking and stressing out his legs. God, how? I was like, what is this, man? Like, I said, God, please, like, what is this? I don't know, I cannot explain this kind of thing. Like, he kept like doing that. Then, as someone that was struggling, that was like, I don't know, like convulsion is called. That was the first day I actually saw it. I've been with a child who has convulsion, but I wasn't there when it happened. They left the child for me to look after, but I wasn't there when this thing happened to the child, so I didn't have idea of how it happened. But that was the first day I was seeing it, like it was torture, like God damn, like I was like God, like you see, like let me not even remove my hand from this guy's mouth. Like I was just shaking, my body was just shaking like this, my leg was just shaking. God. My cousin came down then. I remember when I gave birth to this my second son, like I gave birth to him, he didn't cry, they were beating him, like they would turn him upside down, like they would beat me. I was like, what is happening? And just that flashback, I just remember so cool. Like I just notice prayer, hey, I was speaking in tongues, like anything that I just enter must see. Like my cousin finally came out from the car. My hand was going inside the mouth, she just jacked her own hand inside the mouth, the guy's mouth, and dragged his jaw. When she dragged, like opened, he cried, and as my child cried, I was like, oh, fine, like he's getting better. Her hands were inside that she just kept holding the guy. She was like, oh, give me, carry, like let her carry the baby for me. But then my parents already came up. Oh, what is this? What is happening? I had to look. My mom is a nurse, so I told her, so what is happening? Oh my God! Asked me, are you with any medicine? I said no. I asked me that. I just remember that I had a dream one day where this kind of scenario happened, and so asked me, are you with this child's drug? And I said no. But when I woke up, like, what kind of dream is it? I just said, God forbid, no go have. Like, I don't see my baby in an ordinary dream. But when mommy came and asked me, are you with his drug? Like, just like I just flashed back immediately to that same dream I had of how my child was sick or I didn't have the medicine there with me. I was like, no, that I gave him ibuprofen in the morning. I was like, come back from church. I think I ate. I was like, come back from church. Because normally, if you're going to church, once they eat, we go to church. And once church come back to the house, they eat again. So I was like, you to not waste time after the church. After the church now, go to the place, the event. If of course they will eat there, the child should eat. They will eat there. Then before we will go back home. So just dragged the child from me. As the child, my parents were already there, so there was this block set. But if you see where we parked car, I don't know the kind of grass that was there. The thing they enter both. That one I was even wearing long gown. My slippers now, my feet that was showing. What that means? Or is it my hand that when I was trying to come out from the car? Because that was short sleeve. But with tension, like we didn't even watch where we are parking. We just parked. There's even auto castor now. Like for days, I was still removing these things. They would tell me scrub. Like when bathing, they still also be there itching me. It took like, let me say, a day or two for that thing to leave my body totally. So when my cousin took the charge from me, there was this stone at the block one side of the road. So like at the side of the road, she went there with my son. There was this passerby that just said, do you need paracetamol? I'm just like, pray if you have, please give us. The guy, I be the man, I don't remember. The person gave us the paracetamol, and just that was the end. But even when we brought the paracetamol to soak inside the water and give him back, he was gone. I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying he, but I can't say it was a woman or a man, but I heard mommy saying a man, like woman who kept water, if you understand it, but there was a man that came out and gave us paracetamol. So they opened the medicine into the paracetamol now, divided it into two, they dissolved inside water, and then he was coming down. He was already sweating, like we removed all his clothes for air to touch him. We're just getting better. Finally he calmed down, but I'm thinking, oh God, like I've always heard about people dying through like kids that dies from confusion, like that moment, that minute I was like, what is this? Like waiting be this, like what is this? I can so like see children fear them more. You will see someone that is very sick and still be jumping up and down. My first child, that one, if he's sick, only looking at him, you know he's sick. Like today, like for the day I'm filming this video, I don't know when I'll upload it. He just came back from school. I didn't notice it. I didn't look at him because normally from school he doesn't look that happy, that jovial. But he will walk himself and still be playing on the road, that kind of thing. So I didn't really look at it. And again, the younger brother, that one will just be running, and I have to just focus on him to catch him so he doesn't run into a moving vehicle. My other son, I always tell him, walk at the side of the road here. He will always walk there. But this other one, no, they listen. I'm like, if you tell him do A, he will do B. So I have to just be guiding him. So I didn't really look at my first son. But when we go to home, we enter the house. I asked him to close the door. He was just like this in the door. I was like, JJ, what is it? What happened in school? What did you learn? What happened? He tell you nothing. How are you? I'm fine. I said, it's okay. Oh, let me keep watching. Although I started treating them malaria now. Malaria. So I'm like, what is it? He said, I'm fine, nothing. We came back from school. After his bath, he ate food and everything. Next thing I saw was on the bed. Like normal him that would be watching cartoon with his eyes like this. I said, babe, you want to sleep? He said, yes. Are you tired? No. What are you doing? I'm watching cartoon. But you see his eyes is closed. You want to sleep? Yes. What are you watching cartoon? I just stayed on the bed with him there. He slept off. I still left him. After a while, I checked his body was running temperature. I woke him up. I've not given him his night dose of medicine. That was around 6. Because they dismissed school by 4. So I've not given them their night medicine yet. So I just woke him up immediately. Checked his temperature. It was like 37.8 or something. 37.8. I just gave him all his medicines and left and let him to sleep off to put the AC and whatever, like AC and fan. But I like, once I on AC, I'll just on fan, so it will just circulate the room immediately, because I leave the vents to face just one direction. I don't like that moving one. That one can give me cold at night. So once it's facing out of my bed, it will just be blowing there. From there, the air will not be coming closer to us, which is, I prefer that much better. So I'll just on the fan to help circulate it around the room, then off it when everywhere is chill. But then I just offed the AC and everything and covered it with duvet. I wanted him to really sweat. I know some say if a child is having fever, don't cover him, open his body. But at the same time, if a child is having fever, the person is too cold. Me, for example, if I'm having fever, I'm cold. I will still cover myself, like be shivering. If possible, get this abolic rub and strap apply on my ribs. So I'm like, I just covered him up. Came back again to check on him. Was wet like this. Put down the bed was soaked with sweat. I had to just put him out, made a change of clothes for him. Then on only the fan, because my fan is always on one. It doesn't pass that one. Just put on the fan just for the room to be cool again for him to be able to sleep. But that is there for that. That's my first son. Once he's sick, like you see he's crying. But this is my second son. Once he's sick, you don't even know. He's jumping, doing everything. The only thing you say you can use and dictate that he's not feeling fine is his food. When he eats a lot, you see that he'll not start playing with food. When was that, if it's play, hey, people play the play. You'll be sick, you'll be tired, you will be playing. It's not funny. So I was like, where is this one coming from? Like one that was just very clear. That's what I say is don't tell your children, don't always look out for them because you don't know what's happening. Just imagine if he was playing and that thing started happening to him and he just and I wasn't there. You get God have mercy. Like even after we entered inside like the house, the venue for the occasion, I was too not because we're like we don't reach. Let's just say since it was calm. I was not called our family doctor and he was like, okay, just check his temperature, keep watching him and make sure you go to the hospital immediately so he doesn't have a convulsion for the second time. But that one used to be very severe because they checked how long did they last, how was he holding, was he closing his eyes, like was he stretching them out, how was his leg, was he folded, was it like they would just ask just no medical doctor, just ask some questions that only them can definition to. So we finally we didn't stay there for like 2 minutes. Just like obviously the celebrant didn't even know what was happening. So we just like I was like no, like I cannot stay here. My husband was like chill, like all is well, like he's not looking bad, like please let's go to the hospital. I don't feel like that fear where I experienced here, I know we feel to me again. Let's please be cool, let's just start praying. And then they were doing prayer, so how do we for them? After they finished doing the prayers, we just left immediately, like stay going to FMC straight and direct. Because I don't know, I love going to FMC once it has to do with my kids. I just love going to FMC once it has to do with my kids. I don't know why, because almost everybody around me always say go to FMC, go to FMC. But people with me, I don't like FMC for the delay. And the FMC that if you don't know somebody, you don't know somebody. If you go there, you die. So, but we went to FMC and okay, he didn't have a file. We just opened the file for him. But we see how he was looking sick. We'll be like, was this person sick? So they didn't even attend to us. Of course, they've come to all this EPU, emergency pediatrics ward or something. The units, they operate based on emergency cases. Okay, so even if you're the first to come, if case there's an emergency, we shift. Someone that needs more attention will have before you, will get it before you. So we were there, that was how we left the hospital by, was it 5-6? Church, so I went from 10 o'clock in the morning, like 9:30, let's have by 9:30. I was coming back by 5-6. It was not funny that day. Like I was like, God, like what if I was on heels? What if I was wearing heels and this happened? Like normally you go church, like you dress, Abba. What if I was like that was me that like God, me on a normal day. Hey, if I'm going to church, it can't be the one like it's not this one that all my cousins will all meet and no. I was not looking like a pregnant woman in her first trimester. Oh my God, maybe simple like this along gown. Then I know very big. I just tie the tie like the hair. I don't tell it. I tell like this. Yeah. It was not funny, but I was like, God, like you are speaking to me directly without me knowing. Hey, yeah, like, hey. Oh, it's not funny. Finally, we met the doctors and they checked him. I was like, he had infection, throat infection. That was what triggered that seizure. Call it seizure, not convulsion. I don't know. All these medical terms, I'm not familiar with them. So that was what caused the seizure. Doctors give us bed that we should stay. I was like, please, let's go. Because my first son had been admitted in that hospital before. And it wasn't really cool on me, like, it was not funny. I couldn't just imagine going through that again. Like, no. Or like, please, let's go. If there's emergency, we'll bring him back. Like, because we're not really, the hospital from our house is not really that far. Give us the necessary drugs that we should give that we can. I was like, because one doctor came, everybody were on their own shower. I was like, we're like, okay, we gave him paracetamol. I was like, hey, was that the best first aid we could give him? We're like, what is he talking about? Please go, Joe. But funny enough, it happened that he was even a senior colleague. When the senior colleague came and we stood out there, we were like, wow, at least I have the knowledge of knowing that you have to give to calm his temperature down face and everything. I just took that one like, you see. But at least everybody on their own history, everybody on their own talk, their own suggestion, their own everything. So that was how we got him treated. Like we ran some tests. Ah, good. Like we ran because they have to check both brains. Like I don't even pronounce all the tests. This thing that we did. Like they have to just check him thoroughly, like to make like to know the exact. You know what this is? Without test, you just say maybe this. You just say okay. Without this, what can lead to that? You will just be checking and guessing, guess what. But if you do test, if you conduct a test, you will know what is the problem. So they just gave us some medication for us to just give to stabilize him for the period of time, and the rest. Before we left the hospital, God was jumping up. You gave him food, it was eating. You will stay playing. I'll be like, God, what is this? Like, let me not experience this again. Like, let me not. Let me not. Let me not. God, Like, do you know what? When it like, I was shaking. Like, you know what? It's so much shaking. I was vibrating like this. When they took the child off my body, I wanted to do like this. Like, it took me time to be able to come down from that car that day. Forget. If your mind is telling you something, or if you're just having random dreams, sometimes just pray. Just really take it serious and just pray and just go. Like, nothing taught me. Like when they asked me, are you with this drug? Like they still not doing this dream that I had. And they still asked me this question in this dream. Are you with this drug? I felt stupid. I felt like, God, like, well, everybody's going to make mistakes. Like, maybe I would have gone out with his medications, like, just in case. I just went out because once I leave the house, I just go with extra clothes, go with water, go with wipes, go with pampers, go with, of course, face towel, mat towel. I just go out with what I think they need. And they like, I felt like a fool. I was like, God. I was already blaming myself, like, why? And that particular morning, if you see the video that we made, if you see the video that we made while going to church, because we had to branch first to buy 4 along the road, 4 opportunities going to church. And the first I was just making video, we were just singing, I have a father, I can never, it's not that song, there's this song that by Frank Edward that we were singing and making that video, we used to make that video. So today I'll just go and watch that video. I was like, God, like if someone has told me that I'll be like today, till today, if that particular child is sick, what's his running temperature? I will just like carry him and be checking him every second, because I don't even want to hear say checking him every second. The thing made me to be more alert on once I see that your face is tall, you're acting abnormal, I will just carry you on my head. It's not easy raising kids, honestly, not easy. Like, well, here comes the end of my video. Whew. Wow. I hope I didn't make this video long. I don't know. Well, please let's catch up my next video. I'm not feeling too vibey and everything again. Let's catch my next video. I love you guys, as you know, and I always genuinely appreciate all your effort, all your support. I don't take that for granted. And please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, do what to subscribe to my channel, support me, join this amazing family, and don't forget to on the notification bell. Okay, thank you very much. See you in my next video. Signing out.